It's been great fun this week meeting some of the stars of the famous Australian soap operas. One of the first that really became popular in Britain was Sons and Daughters. And we've been joined by Ian Rawlings, who plays Wayne Hamilton.
Great.
Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well. Before we talk about Sons and Daughters, what do you think of the way we're reporting you? I mean, we're saying this is Bondi Beach, these are the Aussies posing, and you were laughing during that.
This guy's sort of doing this big, you know, muscle routine. I mean,
well, that's what you all do over here, isn't it?
No, we don't. We just sit on the beach, we lay back, we just take it easy. It's good.
That's great. Well, of course, we know you very well from Sons and Daughters, but it's all finished, Sons and Daughters. It's all stopped.
Yeah, production actually ceased this year.
We don't know that yet.
It's 88 now, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't, in the end of 1987. We didn't know that.
No,
That's a nasty shock to us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What happened? Why?
Well, I think it had just run its course. It had some other work now.
Yeah. You have been doing some other work. What have you been up to?
I'm doing bits and pieces. I worked in theatre in the Sunshine Boys, and that toured the west coast of Australia.
And aren't you playing a cartoon character at the moment?
Yeah, there's a pantomime type situation that I'm playing Marshal Bravestar.
Oh, fine.
Yeah, and he's sort of a big hero.
And what about you yourself? Where do you live? What do you do? Where do you come from? How many generations has your family been in Australia?
Sydney, Adelaide. No, I live now in Sydney. Yeah. I come from Adelaide, which is the south of Australia. My great-great-grandmother was Swedish.
Oh, really?
And the rest of us are British-born.
Yeah, so it's about three generations you've been in Australia. Yeah. I understand that people get very proud here now if they can trace their ancestry back to being a criminal or a convict in the First Fleet.
That seems to be a fad, yeah.
Because there's a terrific... You're not?
No, South Australian.
Yes, yes.
Good stuff.
Very well-bred Swedish person. But there is a terrific nostalgia about Australia this year, isn't there?
There is, yeah. Oh, well, it's, I mean, it's our bicentenary. Everybody's very excited about it.
Are you excited about it? Is it something that individuals are getting excited about?
Yeah, I think so. I think everybody's very proud about it, you know, the 200 years. I think a lot of people are looking forward to the next 200 years, too.
Yes. Yeah. And what about Britain? Are you going to come and see us in Britain quite soon?
Yes, I'm going to Belgium first in April, and then...
Sons and Daughters is very big in Belgium.
Yeah,
apparently the title music was #1.
Is that right?
Yeah. So you'll be very well known in Belgium. And then you're going to pop over and see us in Britain?
Yes, because I actually have some friends over in England. Can I say cheerio?
Yeah, go say hello to them.
Just Fred Till and his family down at Tunbridge Wells. So, g'day, mate. The letter's on its way.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, I've been talking to Ian, who, of course, plays Wayne in Sons and Daughters. Not that it's going to last that much longer. Now, did you know that Sydney's famous harbour bridge weighs nearly 53,000 tonnes? We'll be looking at the history of 10 hours ahead. Not that it's going to last that much longer. Now, did you know that Sydney's famous harbour bridge weighs nearly 53,000 tonnes? We'll be looking at the history of 10 hours ahead. Now, Ian Rawlings, who plays Wayne in Sons and Daughters, is with us this morning. And I'm also delighted to welcome Rebecca Gilling, who I'm glad to say is looking very well despite being eaten half alive by a crocodile in one of the episodes of Return to Eden. Good morning.
Morning.
In fact, I brought a T-shirt to show you, which is the most tasteless T-shirt in the world. I'm sorry about this. But given that Rebecca was half eaten by a crocodile, it's a T-shirt with the jaw marks on the side, and it says on the front, Australian Crocodile Catchers Club. I'll get rid of it now. Anyway, that was especially to honour you. Anyway, you're all right now, aren't you?
I'm much better, thank you very much. A good bit of plastic surgery does wonders.
Now, you were brought up in Sydney.
I was born and bred.
Things like the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House totally for granted, then?
Yes, one does. It's one of the beauties of being a traveller is that you see things with fresh eyes, and it's rewarding for locals to speak to travellers and... I mean, the Harbour Bridge is an institution, of course, and was a part of my childhood because we had a collection of white cats that lived in the top of one of the pylons, and they were a popular tourist attraction for years and years. They were the mangiest collection of cats you've ever seen, but people flocked from all over the place to see them. Yeah. The other thing about the Harbour Bridge is that, this may be apocryphal, but as I understand it, the pylons are in fact not structural. They're not necessary, but apparently the original design, the public wouldn't trust it, so they built these solid stone things at either end to give it a semblance of...
I suppose they were worried then, because it's so beautifully designed, it probably would look flimsy. It doesn't look anything like the bridges they were building at the time. Right. Fascinating. So, Sydney, born and bred, as you say. How many generations for you?
One on one side and Mother, let me go back. Mother is a Pom, father's parents were English.
Yeah. Oh, right. I see. Yes. But you yourself just had a little boy.
That's right.
And his name is Hamish.
Hamish
which suggests
Frederick.
You have Scottish background.
But on both sides, yes. He's Hamish Frederick Pringle.
And Pringle is a very Scottish name.
Indeed.
Too. Have you been back at all to Scotland?
I have, yes, before Hamish was born, but we'll take him there one day, I hope.
Yeah,
but,
he's only 5 months old.
He is.
Has that meant you've gone back into work yet?
Haven't gone back to work yet, and I'm enjoying parenthood. And in fact, one feels, in a sense, a need to apologise for not having gone back to work. But I feel in the West we greatly underrate the role of parenting. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm finding it a huge challenge, also utterly exhausting.
Best invention ever, though, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. The other thing we were talking about, and I was going to ask if you take these things for granted, is the weird sort of things you Aussies seem to enjoy that we don't actually know about, like Anzac biscuits, like Lamington cakes. And Ian, you were telling me about something else that we've left out, we haven't mentioned.
Damper.
Damper?
Damper. It's the Australian bushman's bread.
What sort of bread is it? What's it look like?
It's a doughy type of bread. It's made normally in a camper oven, and it's made from flour and water and...
Sometimes eggs. There a variety, no?
Yeah.
Not traditional?
Not traditional, no, because eggs were too hard to carry. So it was just generally just flour and water, and it was, I think, a bit of bicarb.
You could steal one from the local chook, but yeah.
Yeah, but if there was a local chook about.
Well, either of you little Vegemites?
Oh, yes. I think most Australians were. Not you?
Yeah, I sort of had some veg. I used to eat Vegemite.
Yeah, well, apparently you have to in Australia.
I'm a meat pie addict, I have to tell you.
Oh, meat pies, we had them in yesterday. We were talking about meat pies. But I've been given a badge today by one of our friends here at Channel 9, which is...
And keep your child out of the sun between 11 and 3.
So maybe it will become trendy in Australia to look pale-skinned.
I'm going to lead the pale brigade, I've decided.
Pale and interesting.
Indeed.
Does that worry you, actually?
The skin cancer?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. I actually have a daughter who is 10 years old, and she is probably fairer than most British people, in fact. And we have to put on a factor 15 sunblock out here all the time.
Which at 15,
15 is the maximum.
15 times as much protection as you would if you didn't have anything.
That's right.
Yes.
15 is maximum. So, you know, the next step is underneath the tin shed.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the best you can get.
It's a worry then, isn't it?
It is.
Skin cancer is. I mean, what we're doing to our ozone layer and all the rest of it is a huge worry for everybody, not just Australians. But we seem to cop it in Australia simply because of our climate.
Well, you do get a lot of sun here, don't you? And it does have its pluses, but minuses as well.
The sun is wonderful, but it's, you know, you have to be careful with it too. Yeah, you have to be careful.
Now, a big question for you both. Have you ever met an echidna, face to face?
I actually have met an echidna. I've found one in the wild. And
our thanks to Rebecca Gilling, who you know so well from Return to Eden, and Ian Rawlings, who was Wayne in Sons and Daughters. We've been so fascinated by the wild...